Hey guys, good morning. I am going to be watching. We sold that Amazon spread yesterday right before the close. So upset. We had the 1777.50, 1780 vertical spread. Sold that because I didn't want to risk it overnight. Amazon's having a nice climb today. We're going to be watching tech. I gave some ticker symbols in the description on the YouTube video here of what we're going to be watching. So just take a look at that. It's going to be Facebook. Let's see, Facebook, Amazon, Qualcomm, and some of the other ones there. We're usually waiting till about 9:45 to start day trading. It's Friday, so usually Fridays I day trade a little bit later, but would love to find something to pick up earlier this morning here. Paul said he made a 360% gain on Pinterest puts. Nice job on that. Should have jumped in with you guys. Facebook's getting a little pop here. Maybe we could do some day trading on Facebook. Amazon also looks like it might get up to 1800. There goes Amazon. Facebook's likely going to follow. I really would love to get into some Facebook options for today's expo. 192.50 at $1.40 something. It's not a bad idea. Let's watch in here. Let me look at the swing chart. Amazon is taking off right there. Maybe we could get into an Amazon trade. 1790, that's not a bad trade idea either.
Fed's cash carry tweeting now. We are in the free lunch zone where there's no trade-off between our two mandates of employment and price stability. That means policy has been too tight.
Alrighty, guys. I just got an Amazon 17.95 strike call for today's expo in at $4.30 a contract. Oh, let's keep an eye on Amazon.
ABBV, AbbVie, on their conference call, says has notified the FTC of intent to divest 2 assets for Allergan deal to go through. That's ABBV and AGN.
Hey, good morning, Red Lotus. Hey, quick question, Red Lotus. Could you hear the guy in the background talking about the stocks, or no? Charlie. Just trying to see here if it's if I have it connected well so you guys could hear it as well. Come on, I'd love to see 1800 today, Amazon. I'm going to keep an eye on the Qs over here as well, Qs and Diamond, to get a heads up on the market. There we go. We're back in the green now on the Amazon trade. Here's the Amazon trade. Picked up the Amazon 17.95 strike call, 430. We're now up around 200 on it. Gonna play with this one for a little bit. She's a quick mover just from that little move right there. Now she's down about 400. And that's literally the matter of seconds there. So we're just going to hold on to that. It's in consolidation now for a little bit. Might come down to the 10 before climbing again. Dow's up 140. NASDAQ is up 42. I'm watching the Qs and the Diamond ETF over here. PPG, new 52-week high, 126. Let me take a look at PPG here on the other chart. PPG.
SEM, Select Medical, spiking here. San Diego Michael.
There we go. There's a nice little pop.
Clarita says the U.S. consumer has never been in better shape.
They're saying the U.S.
President
has
Trump
never
tweeting
been in
now,
better shape.
ISIS has a new leader. We know exactly who he is.
Trump tweeting, ISIS has a new leader. He knows exactly who he is. Come on now, let's see this breakout momentum cycle. There we go. Keep that climb coming. Qs, if you guys are watching Qs over here, take a look. Qs are coming down to the 10, and I'm going to watch what happens here with Qs. That's on the other screen here on the other side.
RESN, Romeo Echo Sandy November. Report circulating that RESN wins Samsung Galaxy smartphone deal. 1.5 million units have shipped so far. That according to a teardown.
Q's starting to break below the 10. Watching Amazon and Facebook here, along with Google on the top.
RESN, Resonant getting a pop here.
Qs are getting a little pop here, not much going on yet. Only 9:42, 12 minutes in.
Shares of Lionsgate, LGFA popping to the high, 827.
Lionsgate popping to the
Kudlow
highs.
says phase one trade deal is not yet completed with China. Says agriculture chapter is virtually done.
Kudlow just made an announcement. Watching how the markets are reacting to every little bit of news today. Qs are getting a nice little pop here. Let me bring up the Qs on here. You guys could take a look. Qs are getting a little pop here off the 10. This is our strategy here. This is our trade plan. Let's see if we can hold and continue to climb here. Hey, Bob, did you pick up that Fitbit again today? (9:45 a.m.) is coming up here. Let's see what we do. Usually we should have a good direction by 9:45, 10 a.m. for the day.
Kudlow says financial services and currency chapters of trade deal with China are virtually wrapped up.
Virtually things with China are wrapped up, he's saying. That's great news. Nice little pop here. There we go. Keep that coming.
U.S. IHS market October final market IHS market October final manufacturing PMI 51.3 versus 51.5 in September.
51.3 versus 55.5 in September.
Again, the market October final manufacturing PMI 51.3 versus 51.5 in September. Kudlow says enormous progress being made on an intellectual property theft issue, but not completed. Some progress on forced transfer of technology, but will probably slip into phase 2 of China trade deal. TM, Toyota North America, October 2019 sales of 188,787 vehicles. That's decrease of 1.2% on a volume basis.
As you guys can see, we're just in consolidation for quite a while here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Past 13 minutes here, past 13 candles. Right down to the 20. If it doesn't hold that 20, I'd be out of this trade. Qs though are looking good as well. Nice little pop here on the Qs. Just a waiting game.
Kudlow says Trump would love to do a trade deal with the new UK, but we are concerned with EU regulations and stipulations.
Qs look like they're ready for a climb here. Breaking that consolidation box, most likely here in the next minute or two.
Fed's Kaplan repeats concern of high debt levels of corporate debt
Kaplan
amplifying
now
any
worried
downturn.
about debt. Every time there's something good in the market, they want to announce something bad here. Let's see if we could hold these levels. Qs looks like they're ready for a nice climb. Not much news coming out this morning. Could be a good thing.
CHFS, CHF Solutions, popping to the highs of $1.80, up 93% now. Company announcing Salesforce realignment to focus on cardiac surgery and pediatrics. That's CHFS. GRSH, Gores Holdings, resumes trading now, $10.21, up 11 cents after that merger announcement. GRSH.
Qs are getting a nice little break here. And just so you guys know, this is how it looks right now. Usually when you're in a trade, you're a little stressed out here. But still holding that 20, still looking okay. And that first candle below that 20 is where I'd exit. Sudiker says NVIDIA is moving as well here. Let me bring that up on the other screen. NVIDIA might be good for a call spread for the November 15th expo, which is what I'd be looking to day trade or swing trade. Let's see, November 15th. Buy was buy to open, sell to open, call. That's at 145, 2.5, divide that by 1.45. That's a 72% max net gain on that, which isn't bad at all. I like the looks of that. Nice climb here on NVIDIA. Amazon starting to get a little pop here. This is a nice trade setup right here. So as long as NVIDIA is above 200, you have max gains on November 15th. And that's looking great, guys. Look at NVIDIA really breaking out there. Huge breakout. Guys, here is how that trade just looked on Amazon. We were right here. I was down $1,460. Now that we're climbing, and
Coming up at 10,
this
the
is normal
ISM
moves.
manufacturing PMI for October and construction spending for September.
But we're on the climb now, as you can see here. And during that consolidation, when you're just trading within a range there, that's normal. That's really normal. Down 980, 22. Now down only finally getting a climb here. Down 230 and still climbing. Come on, keep that nice breakout coming. There goes Q's, there goes Amazon, and our Amazon trade is back in the green. What a nice breakout coming here, 1794.07. NVIDIA's getting a big climb here, really big climb. What a nice setup there. What a nice setup. Come on, keep it climbing. Keep that climb coming. Nice breakout momentum on the Qs. Everything's breaking higher here. Nice climb. 9:55. 25 minutes into the day. Sudiker, I'll look at that in a second. I'm in a day trade here. I could pull it up on the other screen though. JPM's not doing too much yet, in my opinion. Had the big overnight climb, and that was about it so far. Let's see that next breakout momentum here on Amazon. That would be really nice. There goes NVDA. There goes Q's. There goes Diamond. Another climb on its way. Here is the consolidation box for Amazon. NVIDIA, you can see here's the profit-taking phase within the
AMZN,
cycle.
Amazon. India's
Amazon news.
antitrust body seeking more information from Amazon on proposed acquisition of stake in future retail. That, according to sources reported by Reuters. That's AMZN.
AMZN. Did you guys hear that news in the background?
Kudlow on Bloomberg TV says China trade deal further than in May, the last time deal seemed near completion.
NVIDIA is getting another climb here. Came down to the 10, starting its climb. Amazon right now is just in consolidation. I could put a box around that if you guys would like, if that'd help you guys. We use that 10 there. Let's see. Might be selling it here if it doesn't hold. I am out of it. Sold it. Gone. 2.8. Definitely didn't like that candle. There's some news that was just coming out on Amazon. Indian antitrust authority seeks more info from Amazon related to proposed purchase of stake
Coming up, the ISM manufacturing
future
PMI for
retail.
October, 48.9 expected.
Get into something else
Construction
here.
spending for September plus 0.2%.
NVIDIA is looking really good for a spread. Let me look. Now see, this NVIDIA spread's already at $1.50 now. Let me see what max net is on this. 2.5, divide that by 1.5.
ISM manufacturing
That's still a
PMI
max net gain of
48.3
67% if you're picking this up for the
47.8
November 15th monthly
in
expo.
September,
Not bad.
49.1
But
expected.
the only thing you got to keep in
Construction
mind,
spending
guys,
plus
is we've
0.5%
been
in
in breakout
September
momentum for quite
versus
some
the plus
time.
0.2% estimate.
Jorge Nunez says, "Are we playing fit today?" But if we take a look
S&P
at
futures
fit,
dipping a bit
it's pretty flat since
following that
the overnight climb.
release of the data.
That to me is not tradable if you're looking at that chart. Just trading between SMAs, not much going on. NVIDIA is looking great though for a swing trade. I mean, look at that. She's climbing back up to 203 already. It was just at 200 when we were talking about it earlier. Amazon's getting a climb now off the 20. Big climb here coming on everything. Everything's getting a big climb. Diamond, Q's, NVIDIA, Amazon. take a look at the watch list here. Zynga's up 1.7%. Let's see, what's MasterCard doing? We left that one earlier this week. 280 exactly at our resistance area we talked about. Right here. Here's the resistance we talked about in the previous videos. We got right up to it. It was just the patience that was needed to hold on to that trade. Here comes Amazon now breaking out much higher. 340 by 375, 340 by 390. What a breakout. Diamond's getting a big pop here. Oh, Brett, yeah, I'm kicking myself now for selling it. 415 by 450. That's what it's going for right now. And there we go. Now it's at 420 by 480. I would have had a $500 profit on it now instead of locking in a $1,000 loss. I didn't like that candle. I should have held it until the 20 like it came down here. Here it was in consolidation, came down to the 20, started its climb, came down on the 20, started its climb. It's now at 440
Kudlow
by
says official
480.
statements from China sound more optimistic, positive than in the past, a leading indicator for a trade deal.
Let's see, maybe I'll... Guys, if you see anything for me to check on, you guys are saying AMT. AMD is getting a nice little climb here. Go to the 6-month daily. Still, breakout momentum. Amazing. Amazing climb. Now the resistance on that's going to be right around 35, so only about another 44-cent climb, I would say, possible until it's going to start getting up to that resistance and trading sideways before possibly breaking through it.
Kudlow says
There's
U.S. monetary
Amazon.
policy is moving in the right direction.
Kudlow's still talking. Wow, look at Amazon go here. What a climb. And that still looks like she's going to climb.
Mazda North American operations says October sales of 19,520
I'm going to be doing
vehicles.
some day
That's
trades at the
up
end of the day today,
4.5%
probably
year over
after
year.
1 o'clock. So I'm going to go live again at 1. I definitely want to do some day trading today. Pick up a few. Diamond's still on the climb here. That Amazon trade now, 450 by 480. Now she's at $5. Amazon on the climb. 460 by $5. Would have had about $1,000 gain on that now if I held it. And like I said, sometimes you have days that you just can't be patient yourself. And right here, this is the candle that I sold on Amazon. Right here, when she broke below the 10, I got a little bit worried. It was either on this candle, the 959, or the 10 candle, when it just pulled back a little bit below the 20. Should have been disciplined and held that there. Now she's at 480 by 5. We picked it up for 430.
Kudlow says the White
Looking
House
for
will
the
look
next
very
day trade
closely at
now.
the Peugeot Fiat Chrysler deal.
Google looks ready here for its next climb as well. Maybe I could do a simple day trade on Google here. But I could get it for next week's expo. Maybe the 15th, 30, so 1300. Not a bad setup here, the 1270 strike call. Then Amazon trade, here it is now, 515, it was just at 525. Ask. Unbelievable. Nice climb breakout there. Google, what I'm looking for, something for the November 15th expo. Had a breakout, profit taking consolidation, passed through 2 candles. Now it's just starting to break out again. Skyjack says Qualcomm. Let's take a look at that one quick. Qualcomm is another one that looks like a nice good swing trade maybe for the November 15th expo. Let's take a look at that. November 15th, 82, 274. So earnings are coming up on that, I guess, because that's quite expensive. Let's take a look at the calendar. I think the 6th, right? Yes, on November 6th it has earnings. I think that's going to have really good earnings, to be honest with you. Their last earnings, I was on the conference call, and they were pretty optimistic for the rest of the year, especially with that Apple lawsuit settled. So I'm expecting them to continue to do well and continue to climb. I think by the end of the year we could see Qualcomm at 90. Good chance, a good opportunity of that happening. It's still in breakout momentum, still on the climb. I drive a Zamboni, says WWE. That's not doing too much for me. Unless what your trade plan would be then is if you were jumping in this looking for a hook pattern. You're watching for base support to hold right around 55. So as long as you're holding 55 and you start to climb here, your first candle above 58.59 or 58.73, that would be a good entry. And then look for 63.50 for that hook pattern for profit. Amazon coming back from the 10. Let's see. MasterCard still continuing higher above 280.25. There's no doubt that this one wants to head higher here. If we break this resistance, I'm going to be jumping in because we're going to be looking for 290. 290-ish here then within the next month, which with options we can make incredible returns with that as a swing trade. Netflix, November 15th, 280 put sweep. Apple call sweep for today's expo. Amazon still getting a climb here. Let's see. Jorge said he's up 400% on PCG since he talked about it here in the chat. Nice job on that one, Jorge. Let's see. Tom, where do we stand on Beyond?
Kudlow says looking for a Trump Xi meeting venue, would like the timing to be similar for
Beyond is
trade
still
deal
holding our
signing.
83 support that we're watching for our stop. As long as it's holding
DUO
that.
IPO for today
We have the
begins
November
quotes
15th expo, so I'll hold on to
Delta
that.
Uniform Oscar.
Amazon getting a pop off the 10 and continuing to climb. $5 by 525. Let's see here. Groupon's up 3.5%. GE's up another 3% today. 1029. Here, NVDA 203.17. NVIDIA is going to be a hell of a trade here. I can't get my mind off of this one. If we take a look, it's just classic trade plan. Breakout momentum, retrace back to the 10. Breakout momentum, retrace to the 10. Breakout momentum, profit taking, and retracing back to the 10. And now we have that green candle on the 10 here. And going to be looking for the next breakout. Our next resistance is going to be 209, so we still have plenty of room to run to get up to that 209. That's just a nice trade to make here. But I'd look for something as a spread. As I said, the options are pretty expensive for NVIDIA. So let's take a look. That's going for $1.40. Now, if you remember before, the 197.50 200 was going for $1.40. Let's see what that's going for now. 197.50 200 $1.50. That's, if we could get that for $1.50, that's not bad. Let's see.
MEET, Michael Echo Echo Tango, getting a new buy recommendation from the Oxford Club. That's MEET. Shares of Meat Group popping to the high, $4.48. Hearing that buyer
Alrighty, guys,
confirmations
I'm
on
going to
the
get into that
Oxford
NVIDIA spread
Club.
here for the November 15th Expo as a swing trade, and I'm going to send that out too as an alert to our members. There we
NWL,
go,
Newell
that was
Brands, getting
completed.
a pop here to the high, 2038 now, up 7.5%. Following Newell Brands' earnings report earlier this morning.
So
With a
here
strong
is
earnings
the
beat. That's
trade I just picked
NWL.
up. NVIDIA 197.50, 200 vertical call spread for the November 15th. We paid 11.07. Let's see what we got filled for. 11.07 minus 9.52. We paid $1.55, so we paid 1.55. Max it could be worth is 250. Yeah, so 2.5, divide that by 1.55. That's a max net gain on this trade of 61.29%. So max net gain of 61.29%. All we need is NVIDIA above $200 a share by November 15th. So that's what we're going to be watching for. I think that's a pretty solid trade setup. Our stop is going to be the first candle below the 10 SMA. It's been holding the 10 for quite a while here, for about the past month. So that's going to be our stop, and that's what we're watching for. Now, this afternoon here, I'd like to find some day trades. I'm going to be sending this out as an unofficial trade alert here to members. I'd also like to find a nice day trade setup. Whoever brought up JP Morgan before here, that was a nice climb. You guys were talking about it right at the 1020 cross, but I still saw some resistance going back from this morning's 933 candle, 936 candle. So I said, it's consolidating there. But nice breakout. If you're in that, nice job. You had a nice gain there. Apple call sweeps. A lot of call sweeps coming in on Apple.
PERI, Perian Network, getting a pop to the high on a spike in volume. Papa Echo Romeo India. Fed's Kaplan says climate change will ultimately have an impact on U.S. GDP.
William White, he just asked in the trade room about Microsoft 145 strike for 11.8. William, that one there, it's in consolidation. You're waiting until it breaks 145 for an entry. So for me, it's just in a tight consolidation box right here. It's not in the breakout momentum cycle or phase, I should say. Phase. It is in the breakout momentum cycle, but it's in the consolidation phase right here. So really not too much going on. It could stay like that for a few days. I like to jump in right when we have the breakout momentum cycle and phase, or the breakdown momentum cycle and phase. If you're in the NTZ for a while on the daily chart, then you could just trade that range bound support and resistance areas. Sudiker says, Dave, SQ is ready to break out of a consolidation. Let's take a look at SQ. SQ is looking really good here. That's going to be one I'll probably enter next week as well. Really nice chart setup. This is going to be one that it's going to blow through, and we took profits on this already. This is from way back here when we had the 1020 cross. We either sold it on the 15th, one of these days. Not sure what it was. But I might be re-entering that again here. Especially if we have a green candle on Monday. So if you guys are paying attention here, square, green candle on Monday would be a confirmed entry. That chart looks so great right here. The nice thing about it is if we get up to that 210 next week, by end of next week, I could sell that for at least $2 in my opinion. So we can make $45 contract. We have 25 contracts. Not too much there. Now if we hold till Expo, then we're gonna have about a $1.45, or I'm sorry, what if we pay $1.55? So we'll have about a 95 cent or $95 per contract max net. And with 25 contracts, that'll be a little $2,500 net profit, as long as it's above 200 a share. But to me, like 2,500, it's not much. So gotta look for some other good swing trades. Square's gonna be a good one. Might do some regular calls on NVIDIA if she gets another breakout next week. Qualcomm's gonna be a beauty. She's up 2.4% today. This is gonna be a big one. I don't like how that does that. That's so weird.
Kudlow
There
says
we
there has
go.
been no conversation to get rid of Fed Chair Powell.
No conversation to get rid of Powell. Guys, this is looking really good here, that Qualcomm chart. Especially going into earnings on November 6th. I'd love to pick up some calls on that. I might pick that up in Sophia's account, actually. Let's take a look. I think I'm going to make a trade on that in Sophia's account here. Let's see, options, Qualcomm, buy to open, November 15th. Let's see, November 8th. Let's see the difference between these. The November 8th and November 15th. I want to see the difference here. So if we're looking at the 8250, open interest, volume, theoretical, X, 7, 8. I like that November 15th. Let's see, contracts. Two fifty and 5, 6, 7, 8, 750. 2.5. see if that went through. There we go. We're in it. Alrighty, guys. So in the trade room, I'm going to share with you guys the trade I just got. Let me see. What did I pay?
Shares of Tesla dropping here. 312.51 Tango Sandy Lima Alpha.
Jorge Nunez says just sold a few 215 calls, 11.15 for NVDA. Kevin Nooper says, Dave, could you look at ABBV? Sure thing. Nice climb there on AbbVie today. This is one we went over the other day as well, isn't it?
Feds Kaplan says feels much better that there's a more normal shape of the yield curve now.
Jorge, in 2 weeks, most likely not, but it will get there. See,
GM
AbbVie is
General
right
Motors
at
popping to the
resistance
high
now.
off Michael. Tesla shares continuing to sell off here.
Tesla continuing to sell off. I drive a Zamboni says FireEye looks good. Let's take a look. FEYE. Now that looks nice for a swing trade Zamboni. Right down to the 20. Acted as support. Continuing to climb now. You could look at 1635 as next resistance. And then you could look at 17 after that. I'm not a big fan of trading smaller companies like that. I like those bigger market caps. Groupon still getting a climb, 289 today, up 3.78%. Here. Facebook not doing too much. Delta Airlines up over 1%. Let's take a look at that chart. Here's one that looks good as well here. Nice 1020 cross, positive MACD. Let's see here. that 57.50. Zamboni said it's a takeover target. FireEye. I still can't believe Fitbit is taking over. Remember, we were actually trading it on this day when there was a rumor of it. You guys remember that? I won't forget that candle that day. Let's see what AMD's doing here still. AMD, nice climb today. Right now, NTZ 3470. 2 is the high. I need to start getting things ready for that NVDA trade to send that out to members. Let's see here. FMC new 52-week high. Another nice climb here, breakout momentum. FMC. Let's go back further. So we're at all-time highs now on FMC. MasterCard's been pulling back here today. Getting up to almost 280.50. Pulled back about $2. Probably going to be pretty slow until the afternoon here.
TSLA Tesla report circulating here.
Tesla
Tweet from Mark
reports.
Spiegel says the NHTSA has finally opened a full-bore investigation into Tesla battery
Guys,
fires.
they are investigating Tesla.
Report.
You're probably going to see this pull back further now. As a matter of fact, let me see. Maybe I can make a quick day trade on this one. Let's see, trade options. I'll get Sophie's account ready here in case I decide to day trade it. Let's see what this does. Sudiker, are you in any Tesla trade? I see you were talking about it earlier, 1029. Not sure if you got into anything. Let's see, let me
8 pages of
continue to go.
comprehensive NHTS investigative demands. NHTSA constitutes a mere request for information. Tesla has used this language to hide subpoenas as well. That tweet from Stanford Capital's Mark Siegel. Again, Tesla shares dropping to a low of 310.31, now at 311.14 TSLA.
Tesla looks like it wants to drop lower here. There's a good chance I think Tesla wants to pull back to 300 by next week. That might be a nice swing trade for Tesla. Big breakout after that earnings. Now just retracing back down, probably to the 10 and the candle's body here on the 25th. And a look at some unusual options activity here, see if we could find anything.
Tesla hitting new lows now. Tesla 309.80, the low now on TSLA. FFHL Full Wave Films popping here 306.
There we go. Guys, what I'm looking at right here is the unusual options activity. So first off, here's the strike, the expo date, volume, open interest. I like going through this first and just getting a feel if there's anything I like, anything I pick up on here that I've seen throughout the day or weeks. We've been looking at BMY, Gilead, AMD. See if there's anything else. And what I'd like to do too then is quickly go through these. Now see, it goes back on this screen. That's why I put this over here. I don't have that on the other screen. So VIPs, let's change this to a 6-month daily chart. And we're going to see if we find any good swing trade setups. So with us, this is in the consolidation box. So not interested in VIPs. Pinterest, that obviously just had earnings. Big pullback. Watch for a hook pattern on Pinterest. So the next few days here, watch if it forms that base support area. And then if it does, once it breaks that resistance on that support, we could enter into a call or a spread and look for that hook pattern. So it's very important. Next week, we watch for a base formation. Going down, let's take a look at CASA. That's a penny stock. Nothing I'm interested in. This stock here has been using the 20 as support. Breakout momentum. Here is consolidation, profit taking. Breakout momentum, profit taking back to the 20. Breakout momentum, consolidation at the top there a little bit. And then profit taking, breakout momentum. And now we're back at profit taking, holding that 20 support right here. So that's one, I'm not interested in it.
DUO, Delta
Baba's
Uniform
next on
Oscar
that list.
IPO is open
I'm
now
just
for
going down
trade.
this list here and going through.
$13.
I like doing this when it's a slower day or when I'm waiting for something. You could get a feel if there's any new good trade setups, any good chart patterns that you could recognize and trade off of. Baba, that's not going to do much yet.
Fang DD Network now at 1365.
APA doesn't look too bad. Apache has a longer term swing trade. Amazon puts for today's expo. That's what they're picking up. They're picking up puts for today's expo on Amazon. They're gonna lose. BMY, Bristol Myers. What another nice climb today. MRVL. Holding that 10.
Politico reporting that President Trump on Friday will nominate Stephen Hahn to lead the FDA, according to sources.
Nice climb on Quanta. Kraft Heinz. Big breakout on Kraft Heinz there.
Shares
25
of Fang
support.
DD DUO IPO 1363 now, opening at 13 after being priced at 13.
I don't like the looks of Kraft Heinz. What are they buying on that? Calls 33 strikes. Now Grubhub, I'm writing this one down here. This is going to be an excellent stock for hook pattern formation. So we're just at $60 right before their earn. I'm expecting this was their earnings. That's a big drop there. That's usually a miss on earnings. So got up to 60, and now she pulled all the way back down to 32, almost cut in half. Right now it's holding support. It's getting a little bit of a trend here, a little bit of a climb over the past two candles. So I'm going to keep Grub on my watch list. Let me put that up there. But this one here usually doesn't hold it for some reason. There's something wrong with E-Trade Pro. They never fix their platforms. It's sad. They have billions of dollars and they can't do anything right with this platform. I'll save it to the web now, but I doubt it's going to save. I just saved it. Doubt it's going to save, but NVDA is breaking out here, guys. Here's comes a
XOM,
good
Exxon
possible
Mobil
day trade.
says working with government to start up Papaya project in Payara project in Guyana in 2023. That's X-ray Oscar Michael.
NVIDIA getting a nice climb there. Grubhub looks like an ideal candidate here for a hook pattern. Make sure you guys write that down, Grub. And if it's holding 33 next week, that first candle above, let's say 34. First candle above 34, I'd be entering. 34.75. But then you're looking for massive climb all the way back up to at least 44. Another 10-point climb possible. Keep an eye on that. NVIDIA is still on the climb. CNC. Gilead looks nice here for a climb. $65.75. That looks like a really nice setup though. I could already picture the candles right here. Getting right up to resistance. Carnival Cruise. Not a big fan of that one. What a pullback on that as well. Wow. I think honestly though in the future, I was watching a documentary on this probably last week, and they were talking about how they're building these new cruise ships now, and it's all marketing. There's some very wealthy people out there, and what they're going to do is they're going to sell. You know how New York City they sell those penthouses and those big Trump towers and whatnot. They're going to sell the rooms in this ship, and you could get on whenever you want. It's going to have a set trip around the world, and let's say they're in Argentina today. You can fly down to Argentina if they're going to be there for a few days before heading off to Honduras or wherever they're going next, and you could they give you the itinerary of where that ship's going to be around the world, and it just goes in a circle around the world, hitting up all these really nice locations. And I think they said the starting rate to buy like a two-bedroom suite on that ship's around, I think, $3 million, and that gives you lifetime access to that ship. And it does not include anything else, though. So that's neat, and that's where the future's going. So when you're watching stuff like that, those documentaries, you're thinking where the future's going, and how we could take advantage of that. So if for example, I just saw CCL here, Carnival Cruise Lines, on the unusual option activity, and if they ever announced anything like that, they're building a new ship for possible residents. I think that would be a game changer. I mean, you see it in the wealthy industry now. They're all looking for the new mega yachts, the biggest one. And I think that's going to be something that people would like instead of just having a big yacht themselves and the maintenance costs and everything like that. I think that's a hell of an idea. And if you just think about it, if there's only, let's say, 350 apartments on that ship, multiply that by 3 million. That's a little over $1 billion right there. And then obviously like the HOA type of costs you're going to have on that type of ship. So there's definitely a market there and some huge profits you could be making. And again, this goes all back to that documentary I was talking about from last week where they were talking about there's a big shift in the people, wanting to have a residence on cruise lines. Anyway, I just saw Carnival Cruise Lines and it reminded me of that documentary I was watching. Starbucks. They're buying the 8250 puts. Now, obviously, if you could look at this chart, 3-month, 6-month daily, you could see it's in breakdown momentum. So they are buying the puts for the 8250 strike for the November 22nd Expo, which is coming up soon here. So they're buying the 8250 strike puts. What did they pay? $1.36? It's at $1.40 now. I think what they're seeing here is the next major support isn't going to be until about 78.50, so quite a room to drop there. Now, what else you want to look at is when does Starbucks report earnings? Okay. They just reported earnings on the 30th, Wednesday. What type of trade was that? How large of a trade? Okay, so that's not a big trade. $70,500 trade. That's not much.
World Trade Organization authorizes China to impose $3.579 billion in compensatory sanctions against the U.S. for failing to remove anti-dumping duties.
Apple's looking really good there. Skyworks is going to have another nice run here, I think, in the next coming months. That's a really nice setup here. Here's a trend. It's making lower or higher lows. As you can see, she pulled back here. Here's the low. Breakout momentum. When she pulled back, the low was higher than the previous low. Breakout momentum. Came back higher than the previous two lows. So you could draw your trend line. Breakdown. Breakout. Breaking through resistance now from this area of right around $91 from right around April, May of 2019. It looks like nice. Let's see, 6. If you're looking for a 6-month plus expo, I'd be looking here. What did they pick up on Skyworks? Oh, they think it's going to have a big pop quick. Is there no options on Sky? Why is E-Trade Pro sucks here? I had to exit it out and get a new one. New option chain. So let's see here. If I was looking at this, I think that's a really nice trade here. Getting something like the May 15th, 2020. You could pick up the 95 to 100 strike. Plenty of time, because if you're checking this out, you're looking here from this move to this move, about a 40-point drop. Took about 6 months, 6, 7 months from here, February 2017. So here was a 4-month climb from 93 to 107. So it definitely needs time. It's not a big mover. Or you could just set something up like this would even be a better idea in my opinion if you had the patience and wanted to wait and make a trade like this. Look at the May 2020. If you picked up the 95, 90, that's not bad at all. The 95, 97.50, it's almost fully in the money. $1.35 to be worth 250 max. 2.5. Divide that by 1.35. That's a max net return of 85%. And something like this is a type of trade where you have so much time until Expo. As long as this keeps going in your favor, keeps climbing, you are set and golden here. And you just basically set it, forget it. Don't look back. You could look at it every week if you wanted to with that type of Expo. Every day, though, is what you should be doing. But that's a nice setup right here. And this is something you can make a larger trade on, maybe a $25,000 to $50,000 trade. That's a nice setup. I'm going to write that down. All right, let me just look at a couple of more here. NXPI. Then I have to go send out that alert before I go live in the afternoon again. NXPI looks great. What are they picking up? They're picking up the calls for today. The 116 for 55.
Fed's Kaplan says that after 3 rate cuts, the Fed should now stand back, let the economy unfold, and be patient.
Alrighty, guys. Just got a few ideas there. Skyworks. Like if you go through those unusual options activity, you could pick up a few good ideas, and add those to your watch list. And that's what you got to be doing during the trading day. So I'm going to be going. I'm going to send out an official trade alert. I think on the NVDA trade, I like that. Maybe give a few other trade ideas. And I'm definitely going to be back. I'm going to be in the trade room. I want to look for some day trades here in the afternoon. So I will see you guys there. Let me see if you guys have any questions before I go. Red Lotus said short on Roku. Let me take a look at Roku quick for you. So if you're looking at it today, 1 minute, if you get that 1020 cross below, that would be a nice entry for a day trade on Roku. Keep that in mind actually when I come back in the afternoon, because that could actually be a really nice day trade setup. A quick 4-point or a 2-point move there in a short amount of time. She's a mover, and we could watch that today for a good day trade setup. Roku here on a daily chart. Here's consolidation. Looks like she wants to retrace back down to 140. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to go send out that alert, and I will be in the trade room. If you have any questions, feel free to go in and ask. See you guys in the afternoon. Take care, guys.